here that we're offering to centers is if you have a video. If you're, say for example, your institution, your center has produced a video that is specifically for a student audience, and let's say you've uploaded that to YouTube and you've found that information, that's a video that you want to make that available and let other people know about it. This is a way to copy the URL or the embed code for that particular video. And let's just say, for example, there's a video that I want to highlight. I'm going to click on that, a video that I have somewhere online. It doesn't necessarily have to be on YouTube, but it has to be publicly accessible, because when you produce, place a link on the center page, in order for that to be a link that will be active for students who want to visit your site, it has to be publicly available. So for example, there's a video here that I want to have showing on my site. So I found the video, and it's on YouTube, or it might be Vimeo or some other video sharing site. I would want to click, say for example, on the URL address in this box on the top right. If you click on that, right click and then copy, you can copy that video code, basically that website address for that video, go back to your form, and let's say that's a video that's definitely one that you want you only want your university community, or perhaps your student community, to see. You could put it in there and then change the audience for the video to students. So I list that there. Maybe this first one that I have there, maybe that's what I want the U.S. higher education community to see. So that's a great way, and I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later for how videos will show on your center page. So after the videos section, you have DVC capabilities. Now you only need to complete this section is if your center has DVCs, digital video conferencing capabilities, available to them, either in your own center or available through the consulate or other business or university that you're working with in the area. So hopefully this will give you an idea on what information is required if you have a center DVC capability. The next section, materials which can be received, is only going to be visible on U.S. institutions that visit your center page. And here we're asking for the different items that you can accept in your center from U.S. institutions. So whether it's CDs or DVDs, catalogs, applications, posters, inquiry cards, pennants, or some other thing that you regularly receive from U.S. institutions, you can indicate that here in this box. You can indicate whether you can receive it or you can't, and then also, if you can receive it, what the maximum quantity of that item you can receive is. So universities that may be interested in mailing information to your site about their institution, they can go to this page, your center page, and then can find out also where they need to send that information. You can select whether they should use the mailing address, the walk-up address, or another address completely in order to send information to you. And for most of you, you would have already entered in the Advising Center Contact Details section, you would have listed the mailing address that you might want U.S. institutions to use. So that's a very helpful section for U.S. institutions. Now, the last three sections are fairly straightforward. Scheduled pre-departure orientations. If you have more than one every year, certainly having these listed here is going to be a great resource, not only for students that are trying to find out, okay, where do I need to go before I go to the U.S. To get some questions answered. My mom's got a lot of questions about how she needs to pack for me, or whether I need to bring all this money directly with me when I go to the U.S. So you can put all that information here for when those sessions will be. This is also very useful information for U.S. institutions, because they'll want to know if they have students in there that are admitted to their schools that have told them they're coming. The universities will want to make sure that those students are as prepared as possible for the trip to their schools. So they would want to get them in touch with your center for a pre-departure orientation. Now this is a great way, and this information will be shared on the U.S. view of your particular site. So please do enter that information and keep it up to date so that it is easy to find for our U.S. colleagues. The center days and hours of operation. This is a place where you can list the days of the week that you're open and the hours that you're open each day. So please do take the time to fill this out completely and accurately. Also, we give you in the new center website format, we give you the opportunity to include information about your center that you would want to have available as a description of what you do. Now, you may choose to have this information available in your native language, and certainly we encourage those of you who have significant resources on your own websites, if you have existing sites that is in your native language, to perhaps link to that information using a hyperlink function to a particular phrase or group of phrases in this descriptive paragraph. So that will give your student audiences and local audiences in particular a chance to learn more about what you do in your native language. And the final item here that's on this form is something that will be coming in the months after we launch, which will be an instant chat function. And for those of you who have conducted IM sessions or chat sessions with students, this will be a fairly comfortable transition for you to include this on your center page. It would basically be a box in part of your site, perhaps below your photos on your site, that will indicate whether the advisor is in, and when you are logged on to the system through this center page, through the center site, it would show a sign on your center page whether the advisor is in or not. And if the advisor is in and a student or U.S. institution is visiting your page and they would like to ask you a question and they see that you're in, they'll be able to type that into the chat box, and then once they've done that, it'll pop up on your screen. So-and-so wants to ask you a question, and then you'd be able to have that conversation right there with that particular student or university representative. So once you're done, that'll be something that'll be coming in the future, perhaps in early 2010. But once you're done with all the particulars on this form, the button at the bottom of the page says Update Center, and you would just click on that. And once you've clicked on that, it will give you a thank you message saying thank you for updating your center page. And what we'll do now is we'll see what that information looks like in the different views. Now, the way to do that is click on View All Centers. And let's say I'm going to look at one of the centers in Santiago, Chile, our binational center there. This is the view that you would see if you are looking at information from within the EducationUSA login system. So I'm going to look for the binational center Santiago, and I'm going to log in as myself now for the moment, just so we can see all this information. And when I log in, we go directly to that center's page, and by the time that this goes live, and you'll be seeing this demonstration, once you click on that view button, it will take you directly to their center page. Now here is what the official view of the Binational Center in Santiago is. So for anyone within the EducationUSA community, your REAC, your country coordinator, your program officer at the State Department, this is what you will see when you go to look at that particular center site. So as you can see, you've got the country flag in the top left, you've got the host organization logo, you've got a series of rotating images here below the logo, and then you also have the individual advisors' names and their email addresses, direct email addresses, their phone numbers, their center website, their Skype names. So if you wanted to add them to your Skype friends list, you'd be able to do that through this, and also join their Facebook group. And you can see they have their description of their services here and what they provide in Spanish. So that's a great resource. Again, this is the internal EducationUSA view only. And then at the bottom, all the different sections that they've completed for their center site. So we'll go